Okay, check. Bu Mila, can you listen to my voice? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bu Mila, for giving the time for me. Welcome back all the audiences and also presenters, and also we have our invited speaker here. I'm As Bumila told you just now that we are now in plenary session, then in our first plenary, I will be your moderator. I will introduce myself. I'm Anita Fatima Tulali, will be your moderator for the first invited speaker. Then for the first topic is about VR in education. Along with the growth of technology integrated into education, virtual reality, known as VR, is widely used in the teaching and learning process. VR is a computer-generated environment with scenes and objects that appear to be real, making the user feel they are immersed in their surroundings. And to have more information on the use of VR in education, I would like to invite our first speaker, Ibu Dr. Fauzia M.A. Okay, good afternoon, Ibu.
Good afternoon, Bu Anita.
Okay, welcome to Universitas Muhammadiyah Jember, Ibu.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Ibu Dr. Fauzia, before I give you the time to present your topic, I would like to introduce Ibu Dr. Fauzia by reading a little bit her CV. Now she is an active lecturer in English education study program in Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, Yogyakarta. And for the last 5 years, her research and research development project related to intercultural studies, linguistic studies, and English teaching and learning. And she also, her recent education is doctoral degree in which she graduated from Language Education Science Study Program, Yogyakarta State University in 2023. Well, to shorten the time, I would like to give the screen to Ibu Dr. Fauzia. And before it, I would like to remind you all, the audience, and also Ibu Dr. Fauzia, then you only have about 40 minutes to present your topics. And after that will be followed by question and answer by the audiences. And please, all the audiences, would you like to mute your microphone? And next, at the end of the session, I will give you time to ask the question to our invited speaker. Well, for the first, I would like to give the screen to Ibu Dr. Fauzia to present your topic. The screen is
Thank
yours,
you very
Ibu.
much. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Bu Anita, for the opportunity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, the audience. Thank you very much for Jember for this opportunity, and also Bu Anita as the moderator. It's an honor for me to be here, to see every one of you here, to share about my topic. This is about PR. Let me show you the share screen first. Okay, Bu Anita, can you see the PPT now?
Yes, Bu. I can see it now.
Okay, so this is the title of my research, my research project. We start with the definition of a PR itself, as what Bu Anita said before, that PR is very important or a new things in our education now, I take this title using virtual reality of VR to teach ORDNeR model. ORDNeR is abbreviation from one roof, different nation and religion. So we would like to discuss about what is ORDNeR and the background of the study, why I choose the name of this model after this. And this model especially used for international students in higher education, especially in Muhammadiyah higher education. So I'd like to start with the background of the study first, So why I conduct this research, there are some reasons, there are some reasons. The first one is the fact that the diversity of religions and culture that exists in the world should not be the cause of the outbreak of a conflict. but instead pave the way for coexistence that positive. So cultural and religious diversity can also be the basis of interaction and human life that is precisely positive and understand each other with similarities in several ways. As we know that in the world, there are many conflicts that start from the diversity of religion and culture. So this is one of the reasons why I have to conduct this research. Then the second reason is learning about Indonesian culture, especially because the international students come to Indonesia to study. It is necessary for international students. It is not an easy thing to do, considering the possibility of cultural shock experienced by the students because of different culture and religion. So cultural understanding here will help, and learning the culture cannot be avoided by international students. The third reason is it was also further stated in Panduan Penyusunan Borang Akreditasi Institusi Perguruan Tinggi, or we call that with AIPT in 2018, that the percentage of international students in university is required to be approximately or equal to half of the existing or from students at the university. This means that the admission of international students in university is an important thing to do as one of the components assessed in the accreditation form of assessment. There are three reasons that becomes the background of the study of this research. Okay, this is the existing condition of the students in our university, because I take some data from 3 universities, big universities in Yogyakarta especially. Start from the condition of Muslim international student. So Muslim international students are mostly from Thailand in my university. They are spread in several study programs, such as Indonesian study program, and then economics, then Indonesian literature. Some of them are studying with scholarship offered by the Central Board of Muhammadiyah, which is for the period of 4 years, similar to the one received by Indonesian students. The scholarship is the result of MOU between universities and several universities in Thailand. And then the second student is non-Muslim international student. So in ORD, we also accepted students from different religion. We have some students from different religion, not only for Muslim, but there are also some students in some, in some prodi that they have a different religion. Most of the non-Muslim international students come from China, based on the data of OEA. This is the international office in our university. The highest number of international students in ORD is placed by the Chinese students. They attend the programs for 4 years, 2 years in China, and another 2 years in Indonesia. They are found in several faculties, such as faculties economics, and the faculty of literature and communication science. So the product of this study, namely ORDNeR, like what I told you before, that this is the abbreviation of one roof, different nation and religion, is an intercultural learning model with advantages of covering the several nation and various religious differences in one roof of learning. So here, universities, we make an analogy for a roof here as the university, So in university, there are some students come from different countries and religion. So roof here is the university, which is Muhammadiyah Higher Education. It modifies the existing model with additional activities in attempt to get students engaged in classroom activities and aware of the diverse culture in Muhammadiyah. Then this model developed based on the fact that international student Muhammadiyah still have many misconceptions about intercultural learning. Then this is the identification of the problem. The cultural contact between one culture and another can have a negative impact. The ability of an individual to adapt to these differences is a competency that must be possessed by each individual when studying between cultures. Then these differences can lead to conflict if not understood properly. The second one is the new things to be known and understood and understood and truly lived up by international students while studying in Yogyakarta, especially at Muhammadiyah Higher Education as an Islamic-based institution under the Muhammadiyah Foundation. And as far as I know, that there is no learning model related to regular structured intercultural communication, for especially international students to introduce about Jogja, about Muhammadiyah culture. Maybe about Jogja, they have already got when they come the first time to Jogja. But about Muhammadiyah culture, the ideology, as one of the implementation of human literacy in achieving 21st century competence and fulfill the vision and mission of the university, which allows them to live together. Yeah, so we hope that the international student can live together under one roof of the university amidst the differences. Okay, this is the what is it? The next formulation of the problem, that there is no measurement of capability, capacity, and measurable learning models both quantitatively and qualitatively in intercultural communication learning process for international students at Muhammadiyah Higher Education. So it can be concluded that so far the learning process and existing model have not been able to optimally display the capacity of international student understanding of the existing culture in Yogyakarta and Muhammadiyah. Then we goes to the formulation of the problem. Yeah, I'd like to compose this into two kinds of question. The first one is, what is the intercultural learning model that it is appropriate with instructional goals, teaching stages, instructional materials, teaching and student roles and syllabus designed for assisting international students at Muhammadiyah Higher Education like? Then the second one is, how should a model of intercultural learning, as we call this with ORDNeR model, one roof, different nation and religion, for assisting international students at Muhammadiyah Higher Education be developed? I use VR, virtual reality here, to support the teaching learning process of intercultural learning by using ORDNeR model here for international students, especially from China. Yeah, because we have very different, very different culture and also a religion. And this is the specification of the problem. The specification of the project, I mean. So ORDNeR is developed based on the need analysis from international students, stakeholder and policies, as well as lecturer. Then the process to create ORDNeR as a development model is implemented coherently and regularly. Then activities for international students are motivated in order to achieve the objective of the ORDNeR model, supported also by VR, as what I told you before, as the learning media. Then the continuity and involvement of stakeholders and policy with the needs in the field and the vision and mission carried by the university. The success of measurable model, so people know how to keep more significantly on improvement for the future. All right. This is the theoretical review. Then I take from Dierdorf theory. So on Dierdorf theory, there are process orientation that it should be consists of 4 things. The first one is attitude, and then the second one is knowledge and comprehension, and then the third one is internal outcome, then the last one is external outcome. Attitude consists of respect. So respect here means how we valuing others and culture, then openness, withholding judgment, then curiosity and discovery. It is how we tolerating about ambiguity. Then the second one is knowledge and comprehension. It is consists of cultural self-awareness, deep cultural knowledge, socio-linguistic awareness, and skill is to listen, observe, evaluate, to analyze, interpret, and relate. The internal outcome consists of informed frame of referential, such as adaptability, flexibility, ethno-relative view, and also empathy. Then the last one, external outcome, it is effective and appropriate communication and behavior in an intercultural situation. So beside Tirdov, I also take some theories from Bruce Joyce model variables. Bruce Joyce model is one of the theory for for instructional design, yeah. Then the intercultural competence variable I take from Tirdov. So here I divided what Tirdov said in some component here. Then when it is available, so I make a checklist here, and when it is not available, so I do not make a checklist here. The purpose of why I use this analysis is to make sure that between the intercultural competence variables theory, it is matched with the model that I want to develop based on the instructional design that this is proposed by Bruce Joyce models variables. So I start with direct instruction, instructional evac first, the mastery of academic content and skill, the student motivation, and self-pacing ability, then move to nurturing evac, then role-playing, instructional evac, and the very important thing is about the nurturing evac. I will told you about the result on the result and binding. Okay. Sorry.
Jangan dibawa pulang. Nice. Well, audiences, please wait for a moment. Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt this process first.
That's okay, bro. Takes your time. Are you okay, bro? Or you
Yes, I'm
want
okay.
to have some drink first?
Okay. Okay, Ibu, can you see the slide now?
Yeah, I can see the slide now. It's about Muhammadiyah educational values.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah. So we move to the Muhammadiyah educational values as one of the reason, yeah, of this research. So Muhammadiyah educational values are reflected in the learning materials developed, refers to the guide for the life of, we call this as PHIWM, yeah, Muhammadiyah citizens, or in Bahasa Indonesia, this is the abbreviation of Pedoman Hidup Islami Warga Muhammadiyah, and the stages in the learning process using the ORDNeR model. Okay, this is about virtual reality now. So virtual reality is a process of erasing the real world around humans, then making the user feel that they are being led into a virtual world, that it is completely out of touch with the real world. So I also develop the material in the handbook that it is included in virtual reality as technology as one of the media that supporting system in ORDNeR learning. The vision and mission become internationally recognized university and imbued with Islamic values. As a manifestation of vision and mission, and admission of international students requires guidance in the way of life while they are in Muhammadiyah community. So this is the mission, the vision and mission of our university. And then the second one is to carry out the vision and mission of Muhammadiyah higher education requires a new structure system which contains knowledge, skill, and attitude about the way of life in Muhammadiyah, known as one roof of diverse nation and religion. So ORDNeR here developed is an effort to reform the previous model and based on input from a number of observations stating the need of improvement. ORDNeR is an idea initiated by researchers taking into account the involvement of head of Muhammadiyah region, the rector, vice rector for academic affairs, and also the international office. This research using AD, as one of the model of research and development. AD is widely used in the development of instructional learning. This AD is chosen because of following characteristics. The first one is all instructional processes step is fully adapted from educational research and development. And the second one is to truthfully represent the R&D process. The project includes at least one stage of formative and summative evaluation. The subject of the participant in this study began with observation of international students in 2017, which produced a number of topics that they were decided by them. Then this topic are about the holding time, the topic of discussion, and the expected learning model. We involve about 82 students, from China. The consideration of the subject is that they come from countries that have a majority of different culture from ORDNeR community. Besides that, they come from countries where the use of English is not the first language. Then the last one is the number of international students who are very rarely found during this COVID pandemic. I take this data when we are in the COVID pandemic. So the observation process is carried out through observing artifacts in international students, such as the document, then student data through interview and sharing experiences with some policymaker at the university. Okay, and this is the step of how I design the product. So we start with analysis, then design, then development, implementation, and ending with evaluation. Every step here divided again into some criteria, as you can see in this table. Then data collecting technique based on questionnaire and also interview. And the indicator of the interview is based of some indicators that it is also divided into sub-indicators again, that it will be appears in the number of the instrument. So start with attitude. It consists of respect, openness, curiosity and discovery, knowledge and comprehension. It is consists of cultural awareness, deep cultural knowledge, and socio-linguistic awareness. Then skill, and then internal outcome, flexibility, adaptability, and like what you see in this table below. In this table, we also have external outcome or communication. Okay, then the product also validation carried out by 3 experts. The first one is content validity. It is related to the content of intercultural learning. And then the second one is construct validity. It is relating the continuity between chapters, such as research question with discussion, result and conclusion. And the last one is the validity of the technology from the expert. That is PR, the validity of the technology of VR also got some validation from the expert. How to analyze the data? So to answer the research problems, processing questionnaire transcription by using descriptive analysis. Then from the content of open question contain the result of interview were analyzed by using margin notes and by classification based on the topic directed to the answer to the research question. Okay, the breadth of the model has been piloted at ORDNeR on 2 large classes of Chinese international students. Then the extensive one tests by asking for stakeholder responses to the model development at another university, namely Muhammadiyah University. The resulting model is equipped by some product here. This is the model, the book, model book, and then the materials, the handbook of ORDNeR. And then the last one is the manual order for VR, how we use VR to implement the materials on the handbook of ORDNeR. And this is the system of ORDNeR. So we may able to download first via Google Play Store. But so far we just can download here in our, in our HP, and our laptop. And this is the step of the model. So we start with input, identify or introduce culture in various nation and religion, explain the purpose of learning, then shaping the mindset of public or foreign students that live in the world is in diversity. ORDNeR as a small word and the whole word is an example of the wide word. Then get into the situation of topic. Then after input, we move to process. Here in process, the students showing or infiltrating foreign students about ORDNeR, foreign students taking notes and reflecting on themselves. Then they start to learning tasks, formulating values through ORDNeR. Then in the end, the result is they are able to have a sympathy and empathy when they, when international students start to learn about different culture and religion. Okay, this is the instructional design. The instructional design, understanding Islamic and Muhammadiyah culture. Then the ORDNeR, the nurturing effect is hopefully in the end, the international student are able to have a sympathy, empathy, tolerance, and awareness of living together. And after conducted or after completing, after completing the module, the materials, and also the VR as media, we implement this research by using action research. And we took 2 cycles adapted from McTaggart model. So start from planning, action, observation, and reflection. And this is some documentation when I take data from students from China. On cycle 1, the student difficulties in understanding some topics in ORDNeR. The student difficulties in ordering the logical framework and general topic, and the student understanding about intercultural. Then the language boundaries toward the students. The VR, support by 2 languages in Bahasa Indonesia and also English. Then we, this reason as the consideration why we have to move to cycle 2. On cycle 2, we know that the improvement of China's student understanding to Islamic Indonesian culture, then the improvement to find the slice of culture between the Islamic and Indonesian culture with theirs, and the last one is the improvement of student intercultural understanding. And this is the result of post-test after they use VR and also they understand the materials from the handbook. After product trial process, at the end, the researchers gave a post-test in the form of questionnaire to international students related to how they understand the intercultural learning, especially on learning materials and learning process. And this is the result. The overall positive response of the individual is in the choice of agreeing and disagreeing with the attitude aspect. This can be interpreted that in the attitude component in intercultural learning, students are able to behave in accordance with the existing context. Okay, and this is some result from the open questionnaire. Yeah. The respondent, for example, that they have a Buddhist religion, compare with Buddhists who are also silent when they hear the voice of monk praying. Yeah, and Guangxi class group respondents state that they would respect the religion and culture of Islam as a form of sincere friendship. On the other hand, one respondent stated that the use of silent time when the call to prayer is heard repeatedly will cumulatively have an impact of learning achievement. And then there are also some data regarding to the prayer that as an international student, she told me that she respects the different cultural expression of different religion. So she also told me that every country has a different culture. A virtue to learn to respect the culture of other countries. Another foreign student also stated that respecting other people's cultures and belief is one of the good things. Yeah. We also conduct some interview, as what I told you before, especially for the policymaker that they will use this model after this. Then this is the result. So most of them, what is it? Very open and look this model as the positive one, yeah, to help the lecturer, especially to teach about intercultural learning to students, especially for international students, yeah. But there are some important things that we have to be highlighted here. Maybe there is a need for TOT, for teacher, because not every teacher understand about culture or intercultural studies, especially when it is different religion. Okay. And this is the conclusion, yeah. So the ORDNeR have some learning into 14 units, yeah, each of which contains topics related to culture in Islam and Muhammadiyah. And then it's also accompanied by a task that help foreign students understand material more comprehensively. And it is also included the VR and also the, what is it, the guidance how to use VR in the intercultural learning. And the teacher and students' role, well, when they use this model, the teacher plays a major role in explaining and providing example of cultural topics for foreign students that can encounter while studying at Muhammadiyah College. And then the teacher also provide a logical framework sequence that it is easily understood by student. So student can take values from each topic explained. And then the role of students as intercultural learning subject is to understand the existing cultural and religious differences and to done intercultural awareness through the tasks in the handbook. And the syllabus, it will be using the principle of problem-based learning, yeah, where the international student will give several topics about cultural differences, then they respect, connect their own culture, and it also equipped with topics, objective, method, media, materials, assessment, time, and also reflection. Okay, I hope that this model
Karian, sorry for the inconvenience. I think Ibu Dr. Fauzia, there is some technical problems. So would you please kindly wait for Ibu Dr. Fauzia? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you,
please
Bu
continue,
Anita.
Ibu. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I lost the connection before this. Okay, so this is the last one. So this model hope that can be disseminated, yeah, for another universities in Indonesia, especially in Muhammadiyah or outside of Muhammadiyah. Hope that by using this model, international students is able to learn about culture, especially in Indonesia or in their own culture. So we may able to make the teaching learning process, especially for intercultural studies, is more effective and more interesting. I think that's all for me, Bu Anita. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, okay, Ibu, thank you for the materials. It's such a amazing information for us. Well, and Ibu, for Dr. Fauzia, we come to the next session, that is question and answer. And for audiences, we invite you to ask some questions to Ibu Dr. Fauzia. You can raise your hand if you would like to ask virtually or directly to Ibu Dr. Fauzia, or you can chat in the box. Yeah, you can write in the chat box to write your question. While waiting for the questions from the audience, Ibu, I would like to have also some audience to invite audience to have the questions to you. So it's really amazing to, and also to have listening to your materials, because it's really useful for us for Muhammadiyah Islamic organization, ya Ibu, ya. And we are really curious, Ibu, about the material that you have embedded in the VR that you have designed for the students. Could you also please show us here, Ibu, about the materials that you have embedded in the VR?
Okay, let me open it first, Bu Anita.
Okay, Ibu.
You see the slide now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, so this is what is it? Handbook ORDNeR, yeah. ORDNeR, one group, different nation, religion. So I divided into some topics. Yeah, the first one is introduction.
Yeah.
Orientation. So they discuss about how to introduce themselves, and then campus tour and culture. So students are able to know about their campus, and they also make reflection with how a campus and the country, and then how to live at university. This is the most important topic that it is very interesting to the students. Yeah, when I implement this product. Yeah, life at the university in Indonesia, especially in campus that it is what is it, under the Muhammadiyah or under the Islamic institution, is very different. Yeah, yeah. Some of them got a culture shock when they come here. Yeah. So this is one of the important topic. And then the fourth one is clothes. Yeah. In our university, every woman have to use veil. Yeah, it is very this is a must. Yeah, then when they come to the university, some students from international student from China to not use a veil. Then they use sometimes a style that it is different with our university, so they have to learn about that one. And about slogan and symbol. It's very rare to see the symbol if we go to abroad. Yeah, but here in our universities, it is very what is it? We see some symbol and slogan, and whether it is what is it, interrupt them or not. So we have to know about this. Yeah, and then about greetings. Yeah, how they have to respond when the lecturers say Assalamualaikum, how they have to respond in the classroom when the students come to the class, then start with And about prayer, yeah. About prayer, usually in the middle of teaching learning process, they heard azan, then the lecturer have to stop, then they go to the mosque. Then some of the students also ask, well, why we have to stop, for example, why we have to stop and go to the mosque, for example. Then about holiday, about human literacy. Yeah, human literacy here is when they come to the meeting, for example, then in our university, usually men and women have to divide it in a different row. Yeah, for example, then they understand about this, and also some symbol that it is very men and women, why it is not appropriate to shake hands, for example, yeah, for a different gender. Also explain or introduce, yeah, zakah and sodako. Therefore, international students, they just know about charity, but it is a different term, right, about sodako here, and about halal and haram and respect other and tolerance. The most important thing here is we do not want to influence their belief, yeah. We have our own religion. They also have their own religion. But the purpose is how they can live together when they stay here in Indonesia, and they will understand the different culture and religion. I think that's all, Bu Anita.
Well, that's
Hopefully
really
it
interesting,
answer
Ibu.
your question.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I think it's really useful for the students to know how the Indonesian citizen lives and the style, and also how should they live if they come to Indonesia. That's, I think, really useful for the students. And here we have audience that will be. There is Ibu Erma. Ibu Erma, can you hear my voice? Okay, Ibu Erma.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, the time is yours to have question to Ibu Dr. Fauzia.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibu Anita. Nice to see you again. Minal aidin wal faizin. Mohon maaf
Ya, dan
lahir batin.
juga Ibu. Yeah.
Yes, okay. It is nice for me to have a chance in this moment. Thank you, Bu Fauzia. What you have done just now, what you have informed us is really inspiring. Would you like to, before I ask you, would you like to show me the second last slide will be for, if I'm not mistaken, the slide about page 1, page 2, and page 3. Page 3
Oh
would
yeah,
like
okay. The step,
okay.
yeah, the step. Okay,
Yeah.
let me show
Stages.
to Bu Erma. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just wait a minute.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I need a little information about page
This one?
1, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Or maybe not this one. The explanation about the lecture or the teacher here having.
Oh yeah, okay. This one, instructional goals, then materials, the students' roles.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bu Fauzia. This one in the first paragraph here says that the teacher plays a major role in explaining and providing example of cultural topics that foreign students can encounter while studying at Muhammadiyah College. Okay. My question is, whether it is still possible that the teacher only facilitate or maybe invite someone else or involving someone else in explaining or even providing, or maybe it is possible for the teacher here not explaining but maybe giving a model or by giving the example, not only in virtual reality in a class for that, or it is a must for the teacher to play a major role in explaining and providing example in this way. Okay, I think that's all my questions. Okay, because I am really interested in maybe applying what you have done in my class, yeah, to make it a better understanding for my students then. Okay, thank you, Bu
Okay,
Fauzia.
yeah.
That's my
Thank you very much, Bu Erma Wahyuni from Jember. Yeah, that is a very interesting question. Yeah, how we conduct this as a lecturer. Yeah, we conduct both of them as what you told me before. We explaining by ourselves, but we also what is it? Asking some people that it is expert
Okay.
and yeah, or they have enough what is it knowledge about Islamic and Muhammadiyah.
I
Then
see.
we make a what is it a teaching assistant or team teaching. Yeah. Here, for example, I come from English Education Department. I'll also invite some lecturer from what is it? Islamic Prodi, yeah. Like here we have a PAI, yeah, Pendidikan Agama Islam, to explain about this, yeah. And then the second one, we also give them a kind of example, yeah. So how we explain about, for example, about sodako and about zakat, we just give them some picture. For example, in our university, they are takjil when it is Ramadan. We ask the international to see. This is what we call with what is it? Ramadan, for example, or we ask them to join some holidays day in Indonesia, such as Idul Adha and also
Ramadan,
Idul
maybe.
Fitri, and yeah, so
Is
they
it
will
possible
see.
to invite them to like to join certain activities relating to Islam, like Pondok Ramadan, although they are not a Muslim?
Okay. Yeah. We back to the issue. Yeah. We do not want to
Yeah,
influence their religion.
I see.
So we try to just what is it, introduce some culture here. So I think it is very important. It is very possible to ask them to join some our activity, such as we also ask the student, the international students, to join AIKA, Al Islam and Kemuhammadiyahan subject here. So they learned about Muhammadiyah, they learned about Al-Islam, they learned about our religion. But once again, that we do not want to influence them. They also have the independent to choose their
I see.
religion. Yeah, we just, what is it? Yeah, making a kind of introduction, not only from Indonesia. Yeah, they also can compare with their religion. Yeah, some of them also do not have a religion. Actually, my students, they are atheists, yeah, but they're very open to accept these differences, and they try to use their knowledge to, what is it, to make adaptation when they live together in our environment. So we conduct both of them, Bu Erma, the
Yes,
way.
sure.
Okay, I think
That's
such a really interesting discussion, and I think that Bu Erma will also have
thank
more
you.
discussion with you, Bu Dr. Fauzia. But I'm really
Okay,
sorry, Bu
yeah,
Erma and Bu
yeah.
Dr.
Yeah,
Fauzia,
Thank you
because
sorry,
very
the
much,
time
Bu
is
Erma.
running. Yeah, and then we have
It's
the
really,
second.
really interesting.
Yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much
you so
for
much,
your.
then.
Yeah, thank you very much for your question, and I'm so sorry for
Sure.
Alexandra and also for another audience that have put some question in the chat box, Ibu Dr. Fauzia, but I'm really sorry uh, for giving you the information that we have. We really running out of the time.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think we do hope that would you mind to share your contact person in
Yeah.
order that all of the audience who want to have more discussion related to your topic for today, they can discuss to you directly, whether via email or any other social media or even
yeah.
your private contact person.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Bu Anita. Maybe we can continue the discussion via my IG. You can add at Fauzia, or you can also contact me at fauzia@pbi.oid.ac.id via email. It will be pleased for me to answer and also making discussion with all of you all here. Thank you very much, Bu Anita.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome, Ibu. Thank you very much, because I think all of the audience really interested in knowing more and discussing more about your topic, Ibu. Thank you very much for your nice presentation and also for your visible presentation, Ibu Fauzia. And see you next time. See you in another occasion. And thank you very much once again. And thank you very much also for all audience for your great participation. And I'm really sorry to end this first plenary session. And after this, we come to the next, for the second plenary session, with invited speaker from Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo. But before we come to the next for the next plenary speaker, we will have a break for about 5 minutes. Thank you very much, and sorry for the inconvenience. That's all from me as the moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.